kind enough when I submitted an article to Spectator, as I said before, to write back and comment on it and recommend what to do and things like this. So, no, I like him. Okay, $2 from Reasonable World. How's NNN going? What does NNN mean? Does masturbation harm energy? I must say I don't know what NNN means. Are you familiar with NNN?
Yes, if you could put, is it NNN, 3 N's? Oh, no, not November, somebody's saying here. So I'm assuming that's some kind of abstention from onanism that people are doing. A bit like that thing where you shave off your beard and let it grow back again for Movember.
Oh, I see. And I wasn't familiar with NNN, but thank you for drawing my attention to it. That's very, very useful. I'm married, the wife, so I'll be fine.
So Ed is now an involuntary celibate.
Okay. But by the way, Michael, I did meet a girl recently who's very much like to get to know you in a biblical way. So I just put that out there. But how are you going, Michael? Have you been cutting down on the old making friends with yourself for November?
I didn't even know there was whatever this thing is, this abstentionism or whatever it is. I've always thought it's very, the way I've always imagined these things is all this sort of, this idea of having sort of hands off, and not doing that sort of thing. There's a lot of young males in particular sort of say, oh, well, it raises energy and it makes you less sort of anxious or something, and you see these people sort of talking about how it transformed their lives and all this sort of thing, and one has to wonder to what extent that actually has any real, rather than merely.
My understanding is that if a chap ejaculates, it calms him down, so it produces endorphins and things like this, essentially anti-anxiety.
Well, I mean, where it could be good, I suppose, is if someone has an addiction to it, which I'm guessing the subset of people do, in which case avoiding anything that causes an addictive response is probably a good thing.
Is it just for chaps, this, or does it include flicking the bean?
I think it's just for males, but there's another sort of element to it as well, which is interesting. You see, historically, even in sort of primitive tribes and things, there are these ceremonies that young men have to go through, and they usually involve sort of enduring some physical or mental hardship or other. And it's almost like young males have created today a kind of surrogate alternative sort of ritualized form of self-control and policing and denial and all this sort of thing. Almost as a substitution for the lack of sort of formalized controls on these things. It's quite interesting, actually. You can think of it almost like a configurational, a novel sort of.
I mean, it's not like ritualized beating or having the axes thrown at you as you run around a assault course, or the kind of things that they go into with these tribes. I mean, it's nothing really. It's just not bashing the bishop, I believe his name, for a few weeks. All right, so no, I don't believe that either Michael or myself are we're too old for this, I'm afraid. So if we go to the next Kusumus, which is from our pastor on the street, £1.99. Thank you, sir. What sort of people need teeth braces? I can answer that question for you. There have been studies of orthodont. If you're talking about in terms of personality or social class, that's what I assumed you were, so I looked it up. So teeth braces, successful orthodontal